Hey, welcome everyone. This is Daikon Dave from the Food Literacy Center, and I'm here today to talk to you about food waste. And we're gonna make a broccoli and potato taco. But first, I want to see if you guys were paying attention to the last lesson. Do you guys know the difference between a fruit and a vegetable? If you guys know, shout it out, right? A fruit has seeds and a vegetable doesn't, right? So for an example, we have this potato here. Does it have seeds? No, it doesn't, so it's a vegetable, right? And also, what part of the plant is this? Well, I'll give you a hint. It grows under the ground, so it's probably a root, right? Awesome, good to hear. So what comes to your mind when you think about food waste? Food waste. Probably just throwing food away in the garbage, right? We don't like to do that. And do you think that's good for our planet? Probably not. You know, like half of the fruits and vegetables in our country gets thrown in the garbage. And that's not good. So how do you think you guys can reduce your food waste at home? The first one, I think, is composting, right? If you want to say compost? Compost, right? A lot of our schools have gardens with composting, and I think your kids could probably tell you more about composting, but it's basically taking the parts of a plant that we can't eat and turning it into soil, basically. What's another way? I got two more. Probably not serve yourself more food than you could actually eat. That gets scraped into the garbage, and that's another way that you could reduce your food waste. But what we're going to do today is we're going to eat parts of the plant that you didn't think you could eat. Right? For instance, we have this broccoli here. We use some of this broccoli to make our parts of the plant salad with the flowers, but we have some stems left over. So we're going to use the stems to make our broccoli and potato taco. So why don't we get started by taking some of these stems off of here, and we're going to chop them up. Alright, back there. Let's break off the stems. Did you guys know you could eat stems of the broccoli? Bet you didn't. Some of our kids do. So I'm going to use my claw and just chop up some of these stems here. Right, so we have some nice stems here, chopped up, and we got them in here. And why don't we get started with our recipe? Let's make sure we got everything. If you got your recipe at home, you could follow along. Our first ingredient is olive oil, so we have some olive oil here. Potatoes, 2 small potatoes. We got our potatoes. Broccoli, we got broccoli. I've chopped some broccoli up over here. 2 cloves of garlic. We got 2 cloves of garlic. And cotija cheese and hot sauce. Alright, so let's get started. We're going to fire up our wok here, our pan, and we're going to put some olive oil in there. About 2 tablespoons of that healthy olive oil, alright? That comes from the, that's a fat from the plant. So we're going to use the olive oil when that gets heated up. And as that gets heated up, we're going to use the chopper to chop up our garlic, right? So we're going to put our garlic in our chopper here, and we're going to give it some chops. Maybe count along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how we're doing? Oh, that's chopped up really fine right there. Smells good. Nice and garlicky. And this is getting heated up. Now we're going to start with our potatoes, because potatoes take a lot longer to cook than broccoli does. So we're going to start with throwing our potato in there and stir this up. Make sure it doesn't stick. Now we came up with this recipe with the Sac Unified School District's wellness policy. It's their alternatives to healthy things we could have for school parties and healthy snacks and meals that we have in our schools now. And it's really cute because the kids at Pacific Elementary, shout out to Pacific Elementary, got to actually vote on this recipe. And they did a really cute video that they showed at the district. So that's getting nice and brown now. We're going to add our garlic straight into the pan. And our broccoli stems. And I also have some crowns in there too that we're going to stick in there. And stir that up. So while this is browning up, what are other things that we could eat besides broccoli stems that you might throw away? We actually have a recipe at foodliteracycenter.org for carrot top pesto. So instead of you eat the carrots, we are going to use the greens of the carrot for carrot top pesto. It's super tasty. That's on our website. Also, what happens when you get down to the bottom of a celery? Some of us might throw that away, but I tend to chop it into salads or soups and stews and stuff. Actually, it's really sweet and tender when you get towards the bottom, so don't throw that away. Those are really good. I think in one of our programs not too long ago, we had kohlrabi. And the kids got to try the bulb of the kohlrabi, and we actually got them to tear some of the leaves off and eat kohlrabi leaves. You could eat beet greens, radish greens, all kinds of things. But kiddos, you don't want to go trying things that maybe we can't eat. There are some things we can eat, so check with the adults at home before you do that. And through the magic of Facebook Live, I got some here that's already finished. I got those good and brown. I don't know if you can see that. Those are nice and toasty and brown. And why don't we give this this is going to go in our compost over here. So why don't we give this a try? I got a tortilla here that's all warmed up. And we're going to scoop out some broccoli and potato on our taco. Roll it up. If you have some cotija cheese at home, maybe a little sprinkle or a little bit of hot sauce. Oh, you know what I do have? I actually cut up some limes. I'm going to do a little lime squeeze on top of there. And are we going to throw this away? Maybe not quite yet. I'm going to squeeze some of this into my water over here. Just drop that in and make a nice citrus water. Nice and refreshing. Let's try this taco out. Mmm. Super tasty. You get to taste that toasted garlic in there and everything else. Toasted garlic and the potato and the broccoli stems. Awesome. So, let's go out there and reduce our food waste. We could do that by composting, not taking too much food that we don't eat, and eating parts of the plant that you didn't know you could eat. So I want to thank you guys for being food adventurers with me today, and don't forget to post comments, videos, or photos to our Facebook page. And I really appreciate you guys coming out with me today, and we will see you next time.